Good afternoon and welcome once seat with Deborah Fennella and producer Moinul Hassan Makal. Now, I'm really excited to have the dynamic duo together on In Hot Seat today, the lovely Jamie Long and Anthony JamesMattocks. Now, Jamie Long is an actor, a singer, a model, a director, a producer, a paramedic, and also a singer. And Anthony is from AJM Productions, a graphic designer. And also Jamie is the director and CEO of OAL Films. So Jack of all trades, I think that's the best way to say it. Good afternoon, both of you. How are you today? You're definitely Jack of all trades, Jamie, actually, aren't you?
I am.
As well as Anthony as well. Good afternoon.
I'd be lost without my brother. My Scottish brother.
Oh, most definitely. Soul brothers, aren't you? It's so lovely to have you both here this afternoon on the show, because one of you's in Scotland, I'm in Dorset, and you're from Leicester, aren't you, Jamie?
Well, I'm in Bicester at the moment.
Oh, you're in Bicester today? Oh, right. That's not too far from where I am. You've been working today. Well, bless you.
I have been, yep, and I'm moving down south, even closer to you next week. So.
Are you? Oh, exciting!
I know.
I know. Right then, you've both been really, really busy. Well, we all have actually, haven't we? Because last time I interviewed you, we were talking about I Am a Survivor movie, which is an anti-bullying, also linked with mental health and to prevent suicide too. And last time I interviewed you, we did ask a lot of people to get involved with the project and to send in their videos, which they've started to come in, haven't they, Jamie and Anthony?
Yes, definitely.
Every clip that I get now, I just add it on to the existing film we've got. So basically, I think we're up to like 41 minutes now in the actual movie. So each clip that comes in just get added onto the movie we've got already. And then if it's people that's not seen the videos in and just a story, I'll put that to music and just add it on as well.
Oh, bless you. And you're doing an amazing job as well, because the actual idea came from yourself, Jamie, didn't it? Because you're actually doing the feature movie, I Am a Survivor, which is a story of your life. And I've already got obviously a lot of cast involved, but there's going to be more casts that are going to be coming over duration of time with the movie. Yeah. So please tell our viewers a little bit more about why you want to start the project in the first place, please.
Well, as I suffered with mental health, we find it hard, mainly blokes as well, find it hard to talk about mental health and bullying and everything. And I thought the best way I can help deal with myself, if I write it down, how I'm feeling or what I've gone through. So I started writing it down, and then I thought, you know what? Let's see if we can make this into a film and use the money from the film to set up a charity to help other victims of bullying and mental health. And it's just spiraled really from me just thinking it to writing it down to now getting a great cast, getting a great team behind me, and yeah, hopefully making the magic work.
It's really exciting. So I feel really blessed to be involved in the project as well myself, and also Anthony's involved in the project too. Have you actually been looking into like sponsors for the actual movie?
I've been looking into sponsors, but the problem we're having at the moment is, unfortunately, because of COVID, with lockdown, obviously we're seeing an economical finance difficulty with trying to get funds, and it's a major impact on a lot of people, on a lot of health services. But as we're starting to get out of it, I am looking at sponsors. I'll be using Anthony to help me to figure out how we can go forward with trying to get sponsors and help primarily, because we need to reiterate that the film isn't a profit-making film. It is purposely raising funds so we can set up a charity that organizes stuff to help rebuild confidence, help build people's trust and spirit who are suffering with mental health and bullying, to know that there is an option and a route out of all this.
And also the prevention to save lives. I mean, I've been doing a bit of research myself this afternoon, And obviously, since the pandemic, it's affected, you know, people globally, and it's not actually been sort of helping people that do suffer with depression. Apparently, there's been 200% increase in suicide since the 23rd of March, since the pandemic. It's a huge increase, isn't it? And that's not just men, it's women, and also it has affected the teenagers too, because a lot of people haven't coped with the isolation, have they? I mean, obviously things are being eased now, aren't they? But obviously there's still social distancing that procedures that are in place at the moment.
There is, and it's starting to affect more people, because people who just had, say, a mild form of depression or something like that, is actually triggered it, and it's actually brought more out into the open whilst being in isolation, because you're stuck in them four walls, so you didn't have anywhere to go to get the help or talk to. And
oh, it's frozen.
Oh, it's frozen.
Oh dear.
Hopefully be back soon. So Anthony, you've been doing an amazing job getting involved in the project and supporting Jamie along the way as well, and doing your fantastic videos to bring more awareness. But also you suffer from a day-to-day basis yourself, don't you, with trigeminal neuralgia?
Yes,
people globally with that.
I'm all drugged up again today because basically what happens is you just cannot touch the sides of your face. Glasses, touching your face, it brings on pain. So the pills I've got, Trigeminal, basically doesn't work for everybody. Everybody's on different pills. It's the same disease, but everyone has different medication to help them through the day. So the Trigeminal I've taken just now, so I can basically touch where all the pain is just now. Pre-pills, I wouldn't be able to touch the side of my eye, my cheek, my mouth. Anything goes near me like a breeze. Christian likes windows open, but a slight breeze from the window behind me can send me through the ceiling with so much pain. Just a gentle breeze brings on major pain. So anything like touching your face, drinking, brushing your teeth, it's just like if you experience an electric shock or like a lightning storm, if you see the lightning outside or a volcano, put the two together, and it's like that inside your face the whole time.
It sounds really painful. And like you say, some days are worse than others, Anthony, aren't they? And you still shine your light to the world, helping others, bringing awareness of trigeminal neuralgia, which I never heard about it before. And to obviously, you know, you came into my path a couple of years ago, and support you as much as I can, you know, to bring more awareness sort of globally. And you do a fantastic job. And it shows what a heart of gold you've got.
I loved at the start where you decided to say trigeminal neuralgia. Like me, I had problems with it. And halfway through you would say TN.
Yes, and, I mean that's the abbreviation. It's not easy, isn't it, saying TN? Yes. You know, I find if I say it quickly, then it's not too bad.
Actually, I've got it written beside me, so I know exactly what I'm saying now, even though I've got it. So yes, it was like my first ever video. I had on it trigeminal neuralgia, 2 words, not easy to say, but once you get it, you know you've got it. And once again, it's one of these like mental health issues. It's hidden from view. Nobody knows you've got it. And it always, the be kind motto is always there now, because you just don't know who's hiding what. And it's always just be kind to everyone.
It's so true, like you say, Anthony, because you don't know what other people are going through. You know, so again, being kind, it is a very poignant message, I think, sending out to this world. And also with the Survivor, I'm a Survivor movie, there is a lot of bullying that does take place, unfortunately, in the world. And it's not just within the school or the workplace, it's on social media as well. So I think Jamie's idea of bringing more awareness globally and introducing this movie, I Am a Survivor, which he is a survivor of, you know, mental abuse himself and bullying, it's helping to share that story, bring more awareness, but also encourage other people, if you are being bullied, to speak up. Please don't suffer in silence, because it doesn't matter whether you're a child or an adult. You know, anyone can get bullied at any point of time in their life. It does affect your confidence, your self-worth, your self-esteem, and sometimes it can actually drive you to either do self-harming or commit suicide yourself. I mean, I've had friends that have committed suicide, and that's why I'm really blessed to be involved in this project myself, to support you know, Jamie with the project, but also to prevent suicide and to save lives as well.
Oh, Jamie is my hero. Everything he's gone through in his life is, well, as we say, we have a great laugh on Facebook. He says my jokes cheer him up and my stories cheer him up, and that's what I'm there for, just to bring a bit of sunshine to people's lives. If they're having a bad day, they'll go on my page and look through my jokes, and it will cheer them up, and that's what I'm here for, just to give people smiles. Last night's interview with Mimi, it was like the ice cream van was outside, so we had to like stop the interview. So I'm thinking, oh no, what will happen here if the ice cream man comes? Who wants a cone? But no, it's Jamie. Since we met, we've been talking a fine and talking lots and doing videos for each other, and it's great how he's done it. And then he brought me into the Survivor movie, and then the one we're working on just now, I Am a Survivor. That's going to be something completely different as well. And I don't think there's ever been anything like this before, where all the stars in the movie. All the stars in the movie are actually people themselves, so they're being themselves. Yes. And I've always said this: the best person that can write your own story is yourself. Your own words are your story, and that's the best way to go forward with this.
And that is so true, because everyone's got a story within them, haven't they? And we've all gone through our own experiences in life, and some people talk about their experiences, and some people don't. And I think it is good to talk, especially to those that you trust, and, you know, make you feel less vulnerable and also secure too. Because there's nothing worse when you open up and tell your life story to somebody, and then they start gossiping and be judgmental. Jamie's joining us again. Bless him. Hi, Jamie. We lost you for a little while. We're just talking about and sharing a story.
No, there was an accident just an instant, literally next door to me. So. Oh
no, are they okay?
Yeah, it's all fine. The ambulance crew are here now, so we're back.
God. It's just as well that you were on board. Are you still working well then, Jamie, are you? Or have you actually clocked off now?
I finished now, but obviously still have to if anything happens, and so we'll see. Okay. But I'm back.
Oh, so lovely to have you back. Now, we've been talking a little bit about the movie and people getting involved, and also so many people do go through bullying and suffer with mental health globally as well. And it's lovely to be able to do this project to get people involved in I Am Survivor and share their experiences to encourage other people to speak up and prevent suicides, because there's a lot of suicides, unfortunately, you know, due to mental health, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, the purpose of the film, I mean, having the adults on board is fine, it's brilliant. I'm happy with the adults, but I wanted to get some younger people on board to explain how they feel, because they can reach out more to other younger people than an adult trying to reach out to a younger person.
Yes, most definitely. I did actually link you up with a lovely young gentleman that's gone through it, Liam Brown. So I think he's already sent in his little video, and he's also a survivor too, because the survivors are the true heroes, because no matter what they've gone through, they've not given up, and they continue going forwards to shine their lights and encourage others too, that they can get through this, and there is help available, and to also save lives, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh, hi Angela, how you doing?
Hi Angela. She's watching from Scotland. Hi Vicky.
Wow. Need to write my look to to see that everyone's coming out now, aren't they?
to write a monologue. It's so lovely because hi Izzy, Jamie's partner as well. It's lovely to actually have you, the viewers, interact with us. So please, 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 if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask Jamie or Anthony or even myself, please comment below and we can answer the best way that we know how. If there's any questions there.
Yeah, well, I'll try to. If not, I'll look at my big brother up in Scotland.
I think also it's good to have a sense of humour, isn't it? Because, like they said, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, isn't there? And there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Bless you. Now, I was reading up quite a lot about, obviously, you know, mental disorders. And did you know there's actually 4 types of mental disorders altogether?
Sure.
Yeah. And those are mood disorders, anxiety disorders.
You always need a good sense of humour.
Yeah, psychotic disorders, getting tongue-tied now, eating disorders and post-traumatic stress disorder, and also depression. Now, depression is mostly in young women, and also postnatal depression. You normally find that a lot of younger women, new mums, will tend to actually suffer with postnatal depression. And I know someone very close to me who's actually going through it at this moment in time, and I've been supporting her. And it is really important, again, to have somebody there that will listen to you and understand what you're going through and not judge you, isn't it? You've got to be quiet. Now, again, they also say that the UK suicide rate is actually at its lowest since 1981, which is good. But obviously, since COVID, it has increased since then as well.
Yeah.
But also with UK women rate, there is a third of men, which is 4.9% suicides per 100,000. So, you know, during a recent survey, there's more men that are prone to commit suicide than actual women. And I think with men, a lot of men find it hard to talk, to express how they feel.
It is. I mean, and as we rightly said, and as I was saying earlier, we've seen more and more increase now.
Yes. And sometimes it can be down to unemployment, loss of job. It could be down to debt, a relationship breaking down. It could be down to bullying. You know, there's a whole list of things that can actually cause men to commit suicide. And quite often that they will go down the pathway of drinking as well, which will increase the risk of committing suicide as well.
Yeah.
Which is really, really sad. And I think also there's such a peer pressure nowadays on the youngsters as well.
It's the ego type, isn't it, really? They think it's manly to open up and talk.
Yes. And I think also going to like childhood as well, a lot of men, you know, sometimes depending on how you were brought up, men don't cry. It's not good for a man to cry, but it takes a brave man to cry.
I mean, the youngest person...
Sorry, Jamie. Sorry, you were saying the youngest person. Sorry, Jamie, can you hear me?
I think it's gone again.
I don't think you can hear me. I think he's done again. Hello, Jamie, can you hear me? Hello. Oh, bless him. I think we've lost him again. Jamie's actually just finished work. He's in his ambulance, bless him. And we're having a bit of
the youngest person. Can you hear me now?
I can, yes, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. He was actually saying, Jamie, the youngest...
Oh, no, I'm not gone. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello. Oh dear, we've lost Jamie again, bless him. So we've actually tried this, a three-way conversation, isn't it, Anthony, on the show? And sometimes internet does tend to play up, unfortunately. So hopefully Jamie will be back in a moment.
Well, talking about suicide and TN, well, basically, when I started getting these pains, like I was washing my face, I was getting these electric shocks, thinking, what the hell's going on with my body? And obviously with the brain aneurysm in 2012, I thought this was coming back to haunt me. So when I got more and more into the TN, because I'm thinking, I've just been diagnosed with TN, I came home, had no idea what actually was happening to my body, went to the computer straight away, half an hour later, after the doctors, I created my first music video for TN. And that was the Someone Saved My Life Tonight was the music. And YouTube, being YouTube, banned me on copyright. And the singer of the song was Elton John. Elton John actually sent me a tweet saying he loved what I did with the song. I sent the tweet to YouTube, and YouTube then went in my favour and actually released the video. Now, as time went on, I went into the history of TN and then found out it was a suicide disease. And there's been over 100,000 suicides through this disease because the pain's that extreme.
Isn't it? That's a lot of people committing suicide. And I can imagine with all of that, you know, intense pain and not knowing what to do with yourself. And again, when those people do take their own lives, they just want an end to the pain, don't they?
Well,
it's just really bad.
I was very close to being one of the statistics. I actually did a suicide video. I just wanted to end the pain. And the only way you can end this pain is by taking your own life. So the FPA page on Facebook, the Facial Pain Association, I was directed to that. I don't know how I found it, but I did. And they actually saved my life, thinking I was the only person that had this pain. I was the only person that suffered from these electric shocks. No one else can suffer like that the way I'm suffering. Hello, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
So I thought no one else can suffer like that. And then I found out I was actually one of thousands and thousands of people out there. So that's why I wanted to do the videos for more world awareness.
And you do amazing work with the videos, don't you? Because, you know, you bring in awareness globally in the hope that they will find a cure.
Well, over 400 videos now for TN, and I'm still the only person in the world that does these videos. And I've done the 2 movies as well. And it's like COVID-19 only started last year, and the whole world knows about it. TN, with all my research, and I've researched and researched. I want to know all about TN because it's something I've got, and I want to know about it. I've actually got back to 400 BC, and I've got all the evidence there in my videos. I can actually go all the way back to 400 BC when this disease was actually first scripted. So
this is a long time ago, isn't it? If you go back to 400 BC, and only people are sort of waking up to the disease, like you say, today, and they still haven't been able to find a cure, unfortunately, have they, Anthony, for it?
Well, it's 2,500 years old, and people today still say to me, why do you keep on going about TN? I say, well, I've got trigeminal neuralgia. Of course I'm going to go on about it and on about it and on about it. I want the whole world to know that pain is there, and I'm doing the videos for world awareness for people to find out what it is. Basically for the loved ones or family, if they start getting shocks to the face, then my videos are there as an education where they can actually find out what I've actually got, or what they've got. And
but it's symptoms, Anthony, as well. You know, with your videos, you do show the symptoms for people to watch out, because I can imagine there's a lot of people that have actually got it and are unaware of trigeminal neuralgia themselves. But when they actually watch your videos and they see the symptoms and the triggers that it can actually cause within the face, they then can actually pinpoint it that I might have that, and then obviously get further investigation through their doctors.
Well, as I say, it's classed as a suicide disease, and with obviously Jamie's history as well and his story, and he's a very brave man, Jamie. I don't know if you can hear me, but you're a very brave man, my hero.
He is. You both are. You're both very brave men. You're both survivors. I'm really proud of both of you.
I don't want any more suicides with TN. If my videos can save one person like what Jamie's done in his life, and he's always said it as well, if he can save one life with what he's doing, that's one life extra. And I'm trying to save the world of the TN people not to take their lives. So there is people out there that will help you. And through the I'm a Survivor, which is more mental health, bullying, which I went through bullying as well as Jamie did. We all have our own little stories, and we can reenact where we've actually been in our lives and what could actually happen and how the mental health started. I don't know if Jamie's back again. All right, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. Hello.
Hey. Hello.
It's really good.
I just said, Jamie,
obviously, I'm a survivor and trigeminal neuralgia, and like Anthony was saying, that there's a lot of people that suffer with TN that also will commit suicide themselves because the extensive pain and agony that they are in, and is like a silent disease, because a lot of people are unaware that you're in that pain because you can't see it from the outside. Izzy's just commented about, like we was talking earlier, when men do commit suicide because a lot of them bottle up their emotions, but also sometimes as a child they're told men don't cry. And like Izzy, your partner, lovely partner, she has said the problem is that men are told to man up when they try to express their feelings, which is so true. You know, it is really good to talk, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is good to talk. Talking about crying, we was doing a training thing at work Wednesday about newborn deaths and stuff like that, and it just brought things back with my little Oscar who passed away, and I actually cried several times during the lessons, but the support that I had from my instructors, the rest of my class, it's phenomenal, you know, and I don't feel ashamed now to cry. It's good to cry. Before, when I was in the army, it was a case of, no, you got to be tough, you got to do this, you got to do that, and then the worst thing that people say when they don't understand is, oh, man up, it's all in your head, get a grip, you know, which are the wrong things to say with someone who's suffering with a form of mental health issue.
It certainly is, because like they say, until you've actually walked a mile in another man's shoes, you can't fully understand why another man has walked. But don't they say up to 3 out of 5 people will experience mental health issues throughout the duration of their life at one point at least? You with me? Or one time at least. You know, I mean, I've got family members that suffer with mental health. And I also had a friend who sadly committed suicide down to mental health, and he walked out in front of a car. And he was drunk at the time, and it was just devastating. It's just so sad, you know, that he got to that stage where he couldn't express how he felt to his wife and family, and the only way out of his pain and his suffering was to walk in front of that car. And it was a very sad time in my life, you know, because I counselled my friend through all of the pain and the trauma, and she still has flashbacks even now. You know, so what you're doing is an amazing job with your video. You are a true inspiration to the world, Jamie, and I'm very blessed you're my friend as well, and to be involved in the project.
Yes.
So what advice would you give, and what advice would you give somebody that is suffering from mental health, and what signs for them to look out for?
Okay, so from a person who's suffering from mental health point of view, just speak up or talk to anyone. If you want to find a way to deal with it as well, write how you're feeling down on a bit of paper, and from that you can then make it your own story. You can make your own journey, but the important thing is to speak out. If you don't want to talk to a loved one, there's loads of charities out there, or you could even message me on my inbox and ask me any questions, or just someone to talk to. I will be more than happy to help as much as I can, and that's the purpose of Survivor. Someone who has a loved one or a family member who is suffering from a form of mental health and they don't know what to do, also feel free to inbox me, but just be there as a support. Don't judge. And the worst things you can say, which I find, which I've had done to me, is try avoiding things like, it's in your head, get a grip, man up, you're only down, it's nothing serious, it's not as if you've got this going on. So try avoiding negativity. Just be there to support, really. But if anyone wants any personal advice, then please inbox me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, just inbox me anytime you guys want to.
And how can they get in contact with you, Jamie?
But I am
Have you
looking
got
for
an
more
email
people
address
to
so
be in
they
the
can
film.
contact you? Sorry. Have you got an email address that people can contact you on, please?
I will be getting a new mobile number. Yeah, it's Jamie Long XX. Yeah, we'll put that on the group after the chat if that's any help.
Yes, that's fine. We will share the details.
But it is Jamie Long XXI at outlook.com.
Oh, brilliant.
And the video
And
that
also
I did
people
for the
can get
show.
involved in the actual project as well. So with regards
Have
to
you got
this
anything
actual
to add to that,
project,
Anthony?
Yes, I was saying that in the video I did for the show, I'll post it again.
What is going on?
All 3 emails in the video.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you, but I don't think you can hear us. Sorry, Anthony. Are you okay, Jamie?
Your emails there's Deborah, Jamie's one's there, and my one's there. So there's 3 emails that people can get in touch with us. Obviously, we've got our Facebook posts. I've got AGM Productions page. Jamie's got the Survivor page. You've got the Hot Seat page, your own page. There's loads of places people can get in touch with us. I'll just show you the power of Facebook. 3 ladies in America who weren't friends of mine but saw the video have actually, one sent me their story, which is actually the video that I put in there already, and 2 ladies in America are actually making their own videos up just now as I speak. So
that's fantastic news.
They'll get added. So as you know, all the things I've done with TN, I've got friends in over 85 countries now. So it's not just an English thing or a Scottish thing or a British thing. It's a mental health is all over the world. And
it can affect anyone at any moment in time, can't it?
So there's going to be a lot of people from a lot of these countries that's going to see these videos, like my TN videos, and they're going to get on board with this. I said to Jamie, we did a live chat. We spoke to each other on cam, and it was like there's going to be so many people from all these different countries that it might not be just one movie. It might be like part 1, part 2, part 3. It might go on. The more people that gets to hear about the project, the more they're going to come on board.
And again, a song comes to mind with that. We all stand together and to support one another and to be kind to one another as well. And to spread that kindness all the way around the world and to be more compassionate to each other.
I'm just listening to James.
I think it's a society, a lot of people do tend to judge one another, don't they? With regards to society, but sometimes, it can be down to a little bit of lack of knowledge where people do tend to judge another. And again, it's just opening that book rather than looking at the front cover of that book and actually reading the contents in order to understand that person, their journey and what their mission is in this world.
When you watch documentaries on TV, and this is where I wanted to do something completely different that's never been done before with my second TN movie. You see a lot of documentaries on TV that just give out statistics, like the news every day. It gives you how many deaths with COVID-19. Now, to the news people, to the politicians, they're just numbers. That's every death. That is a family being destroyed. And all the other families related to that one life, that's all the families destroyed. No one's thinking about that. It's just a number to them. So in my second TN movie, I wanted to go completely different. And I actually had over 1,100 faces in the movie that all had TN from 84 different countries. So
wow, that's phenomenal. Congratulations.
I wanted to say these are the faces with the pain behind them, rather than just putting down numbers. And it was to show these that it's not just a British thing or an American thing. This pain is all around the world. And then my next, the one I'm working on just now, I'm hoping to get 90 countries. I'm actually up to 88 countries now. I just need 2 more, and I can start putting things together. But it's also, I'm speaking to different people all around the world as well, and their English is brilliant, better than mine. And I say to people, I say, I must apologise for my Scottish accent. I was born that way. And they said, "Oh, your accent's fine." As Wee said yesterday, you sound like James Bond. I went, "Oh, thank you very much."
I like your accent, and you've also got a lot of celebrities involved with your mission, haven't you? You know, with the TN, the videos where, like you say, Elton John's allowed you to use his song, and you know, you also been supporting Eddie Kidd, and you've done him some videos, haven't you? And Patty Boulay, you've done her videos, and you do so many different videos. Also for myself, for In the Hot Seat, you also direct within the Hot Seat, and for Jamie for I Am Survivor. So you are multi-talented, just like Jamie. Jamie's laughing now. So keep listening.
I've never actually heard Jamie sing yet, but I have plenty of cotton wool for the ears just in case. So, like my accent is bad for Jamie, his singing may be bad for me.
So I just had a nice little thought, actually, Anthony and Jamie. Why don't we, because I'm a singer-songwriter as well, write an anti-bullying song and also record it? What do you think? I think that's a really good idea, don't you? K-Dragon Records can release it, and it could be a charity single. What do you reckon?
I'll do the word. Don't ask me to sing.
I think we can come up with a really good song that could help a lot of people. And I like that idea. Recording it, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
What do you think? Good idea?
I like it.
I think that's a really good idea. Don't you? That'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
If there's any singing involved, I'll do the instrumental bits.
Well, you can maybe do a bit of rapping. No. What do you reckon? A little bit of rapping? Hi, Angela.
Yeah, it's rapper.
You can do a bit of rapping to the beat. You get a bit of a beat going. What do you reckon? I like that idea. What do you reckon, Jamie? I know that you can do a bit of rapping, can't you?
You two can sing it. I'm not.
I reckon that would be a good idea. If we, or the way we could do it, though, write a song. Everybody that's watching writes one sentence about bullying and sends it to us, and we can make it into a song. So it's not just us three, it's a million voices.
Yes, most definitely. So for all of you viewers, we need your help to write this song. You can just send us a line and send it to In the Hot Seat TV Show @gmail.com of your experience with regards to bullying, and we will turn it into a song. And you can get involved as well if you like. Just like Band-Aid, we can have loads of people involved in the song and all singing, you know, a little bit each as well. That would be fantastic. And then you'll be sharing your story worldwide, as well as I'm a Survivor, and saving lives. I mean, recently I recorded a mental health song with rapper JD called Shine Bright, and it is actually in the charts at the moment. And I'm actually the angel whispering affirmations in his ear: shine bright, see the light, step out the dark into the light. And JD's actually sharing his story and struggle with mental health as well. So I think to do another song where everyone is going through mental health themselves that want to get involved. Hi, Izzy. Jay's got a good singing voice. I know, bless him. Maybe you could get involved as well, Izzy. Do you sing? She does. Cool. Right, Izzy. Right, we'll get you involved as well. We just have to try and all get together at some point. But we really would love all of you viewers to get involved in this project, also to write this song and to bring the world together, more importantly.
I've got one thing to say quickly, just in case my internet goes again.
Okay.
We still have some spaces on for Survivor, because I've added extra bits into it. So if anybody feels they would like to be a part of the film, if they can send us an inbox and put why they would like to be part of the film, and then we will choose people to be in the film.
That'd be brilliant. And maybe we could interview them as well, couldn't we?
Yeah.
That'd be really good. And what we could do is we could also get involved. I mean, I know I'm in the movie as well, but when obviously I'm not acting in the movie, we could do In the Hot Seat, where we're actually there on film sets watching you and interviewing some of the cast and telling their story as well, again, which is bringing more awareness globally. I think that's a really good idea, if that's okay with you, Jamie.
Yeah. I really like that idea, and I was actually going to suggest it, like a behind the scenes with the cast and crew.
Yes, and we can have some fun behind the scenes. But we could maybe, you know, sing a song or two, "Bring Me Sunshine" all away. You never know.
Yeah.
We could have a bit of comedy behind the scenes as well to make people laugh. I think that'd be quite good. And maybe, just maybe, Anthony, we could do a TM movie, and Jamie could help with OAL films. So then we could get all the TN sufferers involved as well. What do you think?
Definitely, yeah.
Good idea.
As I say, I was doing the TN song, and it's just trying to get the words trigeminal neuralgia into song lyrics. Very difficult. And Lee Carmen couldn't have put it better with her zombie song that you've heard before.
Oh, it's a beautiful song, isn't it?
It's like taking the pills after pills after pills. You feel like a zombie, which is the title of the song. And the words in her song are just brilliant. And I've got time to mention about Carmen Care in America.
Yes, you have, because I was going to interview Leslie Carmen at some point, because she's actually found a cure, isn't she? Or she's in the process of finding the cure for trigeminal neuralgia. And she was on about maybe coming over to the UK to do a bit of, you know, work with yourself. But obviously, we need to set up like a crowdfunding page in order to pay for her travel to come over to the UK. So she can do some work on you.
Carmen Care was actually mentioned in the second movie as well. And also there was Lee's song Zombie, and I wanted to because Leslie Carmen was actually banned from the FPA group because she had this new idea of a cure, how to get rid of TN, but the organisers said, oh, there's no cure, that nothing can be done about TN, but she's got the secrets there. And in my movie, I wanted to bring it out. I don't want it to be a secret. I want the whole world to know about Carmen Care. So I'm actually going to get in touch with Leslie again and see if Lee can actually get a second song out, and with maybe some of my ideas as well, and to go with Jamie as well with the anti-bullying, mental health issues. I don't know if it could possibly be done with one song. But I'd like everything done to be like the hidden diseases, the mental health issues, TN, ON, depression, all these things that you just can't see. It's like I said so many times, a smiling face hides so many tears.
It certainly does, doesn't it? Because a lot of people do tend to put a mask on, just like the song Phantom of the Opera. You know, and quite often people say, I'm okay, nothing's wrong, but deep down there's another story going on internally where sometimes they can be battling with mental health themselves or going through quite a traumatic time in their life. I mean, I've gone through an awful lot in my life, and I dedicate my life to be of service to help others, being a Reiki master and also a life coach as well. So I've actually counselled a lot of people who do suffer with mental health and help them set goals and aid them on the path of recovery, so they can become whole and at peace once again within their lives. And it is so important, like you say, to have that support around you, you know, and have that trusted friend or family member or your partner that really understands what you're going through and be compassionate towards you as well. I mean, obviously those that suffer with mental health, having family members, myself, that suffer with mental health, and me trying to help them, it also puts a lot of pressure on the person that is trying to support them too, because they need also support themselves in order to support their loved one that is going through the mental health. So, you know, it's important, you know, for all of our viewers that are listening, if you know of someone very close to you that is going through mental health and you are trying to support them, it's important that you speak out too, and you get some support from somebody to give you that strength when you need it. Because if you're not at your best, you can't help anybody, including your loved one that's going through mental health themselves.
Well, I thought Jamie was just another guy on the Facebook always had it before, just to shove a joke, that kind of thing, or pinch my pictures or whatever. But then when I got to hear Jamie's story, I've said to Jamie many a time, that guy's my hero. He really is a hero to me.
Yeah, he is. He's a hero.
I'm not.
And you've got a heart of gold, haven't you, Jamie? We all love you so much. And Izzy too. You'll do an amazing job. And you've got a heart of gold. And everything that you do, you know, shines bright to this world, because your path hasn't been easy. I remember last time when I interviewed you, and you were saying about the bullying that you've gone through. And some people can be quite cruel with the things that they say. I mean, I've always taught my children and said to them, if you haven't got anything nice to say, keep your opinions to yourself. But I think, again, with the peer pressure of this world, sometimes there's a lot of people out there that don't care who they hurt in order to get what they want from this world, and, you know, walk over you or disrespect you or disregard you or get angry with you if you're not doing what they want you to do as well. So it's really important to appreciate those that are supporting you. Because when people do take that time out to help you, it's their time and their energy, and they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart because they genuinely want to help you. So I think it's really important for people to be grateful to those that are in your life, be grateful to those that are supporting you in your life as well, and to appreciate one another. That's a very poignant message, I think, personally. What do you think, Anthony and Jamie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good message. What we need to realize as well, the bullies are sometimes victims themselves where they're in denial. You've got to look at the bigger picture, look further back, not just the person. You've got to look at what sort of childhood they've had, the upbringing they've had, because that's all they probably know what is right, you know. So I could stay there and hate, like I could hate the bloke who raped me, I could hate the guys that trolled me about saying that I lied about Oscar dying, but when I think about it, they're the ones that are suffering, really, but they're suffering alone. And it's the only way they can seem to deal with it is by taking it out on people like myself, you, Anthony, and the rest of the world.
And I think it's because they're hurting inside themselves, like they say, but they haven't actually sought help and support themselves. And
have you got anything to say on that one, Anthony?
Well, what I've done in a couple of my previous videos is on the bullying one, for instance. It's there is a lot of bullies out there that might be regretting things they've done in the past. I know I went through bullying in primary school. Secondary school, I've got a whole new experience. The person that bullied me through primary school ended up coming into secondary school. I had another 4 years of bullying there. But looking back at it as an adult now, I think, okay, as Jimmy said, they could be suffering too. Something in their life that's making them bully. So what I try to say, it's not just them that's being bullied, it's for the bullies out there as well. It's never too late to say sorry. Sorry is a very big word.
But they need to help themselves as well.
Yeah.
And I think also forgiveness is the key as well, you know, because when you do forgive those that hurt you, it isn't actually sort of condoning what they did is right, but you're releasing yourself from the emotional pain and trauma that they've inflicted upon you in the first place. And you're allowing that person to reflect upon their behaviour and go for their own inner healing when the timing is right, which is very important too, isn't it?
Well, as I was saying, it's never too late to say sorry, but the bullying has a very sad side as well. Jamie and I went through bullying as well. Jamie's story is a lot more vivid than mine. More extensive than mine. But bullying causes suicides, and it's claimed that a lot of lives, thousands and thousands of lives, bullying cause suicides. How can you say sorry to that? You just can't. How can you forgive a person who's bullied someone who's took their own lives? You can't forgive that. You don't forgive that. As a Christian Catholic as well, just imagine you're bullying someone. That person ends up taking their own life. How on earth can you live with yourself doing that? That's just murder. It's murder in my case. You just murder that person. But how can you say sorry to that? You just can't. And what I'm trying to say is, just imagine the person you're bullying, the person you're being horrible to on Facebook, the person you're on social media, the person you're being horrible to, turns out to be one of your relations. How would you feel then? I try to put it that way. If you're bullying make it out to be one of your loved ones. I don't think you'll ever bully again. I try to put that in people's heads as well.
I mean, we can only lead a positive example, you know, and show the right way forwards for those around us as well. You know, unfortunately, we're not responsible for everyone else's behaviour, but we are for our own behaviour and how we treat others ourselves. And when you treat others with love and respect, you are paving the right way forwards and teaching them to do the same as well. But like you said, a lot of the bullies have gone through bullying themselves, or they come from domestic violence, you know, families, or been in domestic violent relationships, or gone through mental, physical, or sexual abuse, and they are quite traumatized themselves and need healing also. I mean, again, you don't know what they've gone through, but sometimes in extreme cases, like you say, it can lead to suicide, and this is what we need to prevent. And you know, it's important to stop all bullying. I mean, obviously it's been going on for eons, and you know, I think nowadays with social media and phones and things like that, there's a lot more of it than sort of going back to when I was at school. I mean, I went through bullying myself at school. I've gone through bullying in adulthood. I've also gone through bullying in musical theatre as well, and also with my singing and singing teachers as well. And I remember at one time, one of my singing teachers, and I'd done all my grades, and she said to me, you know, just because you've done your grades doesn't mean you're a qualified singer. And she was really horrid to me. And I remember coming home sobbing, and I said to her, I'm not doing singing anymore. And I did have a break, and then I thought, why am I letting a woman like that, with her ego, not my confidence, my self-worth and self-esteem, when I want to bring more love and peace to this world? And I also had it for my English teacher, like I said to you, and she said to me in front of the whole class that I would never get anywhere in this world, that I'm one of the world's no hopers, and I would end up on the dole. And I remember finding the strength at the age of 14, and I had enough of being bullied by, you know, teenagers when I lived on a council estate. And I stood up to this teacher and I said, you know what, I will achieve far more in my lifetime than you possibly could ever imagine. And maybe that was the sort of poignant push that I needed, that I too am on a bit of a mission to help as many people to bring more peace and love and harmony within this world, and to support other people that have gone through bullying, and to prevent people taking their own lives.
Well, you two are just.
Did you know the youngest person?
Sorry?
The youngest person to commit suicide through bullying, 6 years old.
See, that's so young, and it's so sad, because that young child had their whole life ahead of them.
Yeah.
And that was the impact of people being really cruel, isn't it? You
Yeah.
know, and again, be kind to each other. You know, obviously not everybody gets on in this world, but don't set out to intentionally hurt other people, because you don't know what's going on in their lives. You know,
Yeah.
and again, words do hurt, don't they? You know, I know they say that song, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me," but they do. And they do cause emotional scars, and also post-traumatic stress disorder as well. You know, and it can be as early as like your childhood, going right back from the beginning of first school, even kindergarten, going right through to adult. So it's breaking that old paradigm and to bring about positive change. And that's where you do an amazing work, Jamie. I know I've said it a few times, but I want to congratulate you, because you are sharing your experiences to the world, and you're not afraid to, which is very brave of yourself, in order to bring about positive change and to stop bullying.
As I've said to you, if I can just help one person, then I've achieved my goal. You know, I didn't have the support network back then, but obviously I openly talk about it, about being raped, I openly talk about being bullied, suffering with mental health, problems with losing my child, and it has took a lot for me to be able to do that. And I have still, as a knock-on effect from that, I did still suffer bullying, trolling, but it's not going to stop me, because I want to put it out there that it is fine, it's okay not to be okay.
And that is so true, because we all have good days, Jamie, and we all have bad days as well, don't we? And when you're having those bad days, it's okay to have a bad day, because not every day is going to be a good day. So when you're having that bad day, sometimes you just want to, you know, be with those that love you and you love them, and be peaceful.
Yeah.
Well, I had my schooling in the 60s and 70s. I was born in 62. sweet two youngsters compared to me. So we actually got the belt at school, and to me that was the teacher's bullying. And
Yes.
one of the things I've always found in my lifetime, even when I was getting bullied at school, was always smile it off, laugh it off, always have a humour. I remember one instance where I got, I think I got a week's detention for this one status, and the teacher pointed the ruler to me, and it says, at the other end, at one end of this ruler, there's an idiot. And being quick-witted, I said, which end?
Bless you.
So I got a week's detention for that. So that was quite worth it, actually. But I think then they knew I was going to be quite a comedian. No, I just try to laugh it off, and going through all the help videos I've been doing through the domestic abuse that you've seen lately, the TN videos, the mental health, the bullying, it kind of brings it back to me, saying, oh, I went through that in my life as well. And hearing Jamie's life as well has actually made me look back at my own life a lot better. So
Yes.
I've been able to speak about it more, like Mimi yesterday, yourself in past interviews with Jamie, and the videos I do for bullying, it's like it's aimed at me when it's doing the bullying ones. When I'm doing the TN videos, it's aimed at me. So I learned, everyone's got a computer nowadays, they've got social media devices. People can learn a lot more. I only had TN 3 weeks, and I had dated it right back to 400 BC, just with stuff I found in the computer. And I did this in videos as well. Now, that's 2,500 years old, that TN.
Yes.
And there's people still today that say, TN, what the hell is that? They still don't know. And this is why I do these videos, to help people get educated to this disease. And once, I don't know if I'll ever do it or not, but once I've educated the whole world, I'll move on to something else. And this is why I wanted to advertise Carmen Care a lot more, for her to get the funding. And as I said to Mimi yesterday, that I might get the FBI on my back after what I said. I said there's a certain person that could put a lot of money into Carmen Care, and he's refusing to do that. Carmen Care should be all over the world, not just based in Florida and America. Carmen Care should be all over the world, helping everyone, to put everyone out of their misery. And this is why I want to get Leslie Carmen on board with a new project I've got on the back of my head here. And
I think what we could actually do, Jamie, Anthony, what we could actually do is maybe do another interview in the near future with you and Leslie from Carmen Care, and about the plan for the future. I mean, that would be another good interview. I think, maybe in September, because I'm sort of booked up until September anyway. But that would be really good to bring more awareness. And you never know, people that are listening, she might actually get some sponsors to continue her amazing work and helping more TN sufferers, which would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
I've always said that I've always got this hot, but it's like anybody else. They hear their own voice back. They're thinking, I don't like the sound of that voice.
You're quite judgmental on your voice. Love your voice.
And I hear my own voice back. I'm thinking, I can't even make that out. How does the whole world make me out?
Well, I understand you completely.
So when I was speaking to a few people around the world on chats and etc., trying to help them the best way I could with the TN, and then to speak with Leslie Carmen, who actually was there to turn it around. She was there to help me.
Yes.
And I was actually trying to get the funding, so not just in UK, which will be nice, but all around the world. Get a Carmen Care spread all around the world, where people can go there, get treated, and that'll be it in the TN. But there is a certain thing I should have researched this before I came on. but I think it's MVD, which is basically it's a laser that goes behind your ear. So you get like a huge scar behind your ear that goes into your skull. Actually lasers the nerve, but it's not long term. Some people
Right.
it is. Some people it is. Some people maybe last 3 weeks, 3 months, etc. And there is a lot of pain with it. So rather than going through that pain, and I don't know, it's laser knife surgery. It's called. So it's basically cutting in the back of your ear, and
Right.
I thought, well, rather than going through that pain, I'll just keep on going to find out how I can actually help the world with Cabin Care. And I've done a few videos for Cabin Care, and Leslie got interviewed across America, and I'm going to put all that together as well to put that out.
Oh, that's brilliant. And obviously, if you did have that treatment, you could have like a film crew filming the different stages that you'd be going through, and on the aid to recovery as well. It's something else we could maybe look into, Anthony.
Well, Leslie's daughter Lee, she actually had full-blown TN, and she described it perfectly in the videos that's on YouTube. If you just type in Lee Carmen, you'll see the videos on YouTube and what she went through. And then I think it was maybe I can't remember the time period, but after she had the cure, sort of the treatment, then she came back on YouTube saying she was completely cured of TN. Now
Wow.
it says
that is fantastic, isn't it? To go through all of that pain and then finally be cured from it. It does give hope to other people that they too could be cured of trigeminal neuralgia.
Well, they say TN hasn't got a cure. Maybe that's the case, but there is something out there that will certainly help and certainly ease the pain.
Yes.
So, as I say, I'm just thankful for the pills I take. If it wasn't for the pills, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. And the feeling I'm feeling just now, it's like being at the dentist, you get an injection, and your whole face goes numb. So I've lost count how many teeth marks I've got on my tongue just now, because your face is that numb all the time, and it's what I can get on with the videos that I do.
Right.
And it's like if you work on the computer and you've got an itch, you go and touch your face, you go ah, it's like an electric. It's like you've got giving yourself an electric shock by just touching your face.
That's really painful. As I say, and some days are better than others, aren't they? And you don't really get much sleep, but regardless of how much pain you're in, you still want to make a difference to this world and support other people, don't you?
Well, with the sleep apnea, it's I have to wear a mask to actually stop breathing in my sleep. So the masks here, the straps go around here. So the straps here, exactly where the pain is. So I wake up in the morning and my face is that numb, and it's like your face is like a plasticine model. Your face is all like this because your mask. And you look in the mirror and thinking, "Who's that?"
Wow. And you still have a good sense of humour, regardless, don't you?
Oh, you have to. You have to. I hope that my humour spreads out throughout the world.
It certainly does. You always put a smile on people's faces because you've got a fantastic sense of humour, and you often make me chuckle too.
It's just silly things. Christine's sits opposite. We've got like a corner suite. I'm in one corner, she's in her corner, and she'll be on the computer saying, "Oh no, he's not just put that on, is he? No, he's not put that on." And it's she's as I said to Mimi yesterday, Christine deserves an award, a huge award.
She certainly does. She saved your life, and she's your guardian angel, isn't she? Same as Izzy, supporting Jamie. Because we do need to have someone behind us supporting us. I mean, my husband's amazing with me and supports me, and I'm truly grateful for his help as well. They always say behind every good man's a good woman, and I think that it is very true. But also behind every good woman, there's a good man, isn't there?
Well, I was actually going to phone up Jamie to say there's an emergency here, saying Christian's cooking again.
You'd want Debbie's husband.
Yeah.
He's a fireman.
Well, he's a fireman, so he can put your fire out for you. As well.
Christian's in the kitchen listening to this. But as we've said in previous conversations, you and Gary, Deborah, are more than welcome to come up here at any time. You, Izzy, Jamie, more than welcome.
Thank you. We are hoping to come over, actually. And I did say to Angela, she's just saying laugh out loud, bless her. When I spoke to her on the phone, I said we are hopefully coming over in the autumn, just before Christmas. You've got fantastic markets there, haven't you? So maybe Jamie and Izzy can come over as well. We could all come over and we can have a bit of a party. What do you think, Jamie? I think that'd be good. And Izzy. We'll have a giggle.
Yeah, well, because we've got social distancing, we'll have tents 2 meters apart and we'll have a log fire.
Yeah, that's it. Well, hopefully by then it should be over, I hope. But you know, we've got a mask, so we'll be okay anyway, won't we? And ourselves in that hand.
Well, my grandson tells me, Grandad, you really have to wear your mask. I said, what, COVID-19? He says, no, you're just ugly.
Oh, that's what you mean. You are a beautiful soul inside out. Talking about masks, I actually wore a mask for the very first time the other day when I popped into the shop. I couldn't barely breathe. And the mask kept going up and I couldn't see. It was going up to my eyes. And I said to my daughter, oh gosh, I don't like wearing this mask. I think I'll do my shopping online. It's a lot easier.
Well,
we kept moving.
You need wipers on your glasses for the steam that comes up.
I know. I think these ones, this sort of shield's a bit better, actually. You feel as if you're a bit like a space person, but that's okay, you know, because the hairdressers wear. I know that my cousin is wearing it in her salon in London too, but I think maybe you can breathe a bit better over those, whereas the sort of surgical ones, James, you know, obviously they wear in the hospitals. I expect you paramedics have to wear them. I've got some of those, and yeah, I didn't like them very much myself.
Christian and I's got the filter at the side, so we can actually breathe a lot better. Obviously, with me having the TN, the mask goes straight across where the pain is, so I have to make sure that I've got plenty of pills inside me, and I always carry pills with me as well. Christian's got COPD, and she's diabetic as well. So she's actually got 2 bracelets that she can wear. If she ever gets in trouble with breathing, she can say, I have to take this mask off, and I've got these bracelets. And not to do any advertising, but these bracelets are actually available on Amazon. And if anybody has COPD or any health issues at all, that no one's believing them, go on Amazon, get a bracelet, and then you've got proof that you've got it. I know anyone can get these bracelets, but surely they can believe some of the issues.
Yes, most definitely. And then if you're wearing those bracelets, those around you are more aware if you do come into some sort of difficulty, because they can see the bracelets and think, right, you know, she's got COPD or she's diabetic, then they will know what to do. And also when they call a paramedics, i.e. Jamie. So you're already prepared, aren't you?
That's what we look for. We do look. Part of our assessment is if no one's with them, we do look for medical alert tags, whether it'll be on their wrists, around their necks, or anything in their wallets. So we do look for those things, and it is a good indicator. If we find a patient that say is a diabetic, then we know what route we're going to probably have to go down. But so.
And it can actually save their lives, because I mean, I'm highly allergic to anti-inflammatories, but I don't wear a bracelet. But when I go in for surgery, they do put that wristband on me as well, you know. So again, you can get these different bands, can't you, to make people more aware if you do come into some sort of difficulty. So going back to the survivor, because we're running out of time now, and also my battery's about to go on my phone before we cut off. Again, for all of our viewers, if you'd love to get involved in the project, you can email myself, in the hot seat TV show @gmail.com, or you can email Anthony on AJM _productions.
AJ _Mattocks @talktalk.net. And then over to Jamie.
Okay, and Jamie, what's this?
Is Jamie Long 1981 @outlook.com. Or just message us on our Facebook page we've set up.
Yes, we have got a Facebook page. under I Am a Survivor, so you can actually leave a message on there, you know, on the actual sort of timeline, or send a private message as well. But we will be leaving all of the details at the end of this interview for you to get in contact. So our message today for all three of us. Sorry.
I've just got one thing. Sorry, just to quickly interrupt. I want you guys to realize whatever you message us, it stays between us. It doesn't get publicized or anything. It is dealt with in the strictest confidence. If you do want to be part of the film, or you want your story told, then obviously that's okay. But anything you tell us and you don't want published, it will not get published. It will stay between us, and it'll be treated in the strictest of confidence.
Yes, most definitely.
This is what I said in the video as well. What I said in the video as well was, if you're not confident to make a video, certainly tell your story, like Jamie said earlier. Write your story down. Make sure you're happy with what's written down. Then text either one of us to text us your story. And what I'll do is I'll make a video with music, and I won't even tell your name. I'll just say person A, person B, or how many people tell their story. So don't be afraid of that. If you want your story told, tell your story. You won't be named. So if you're not brave enough to not brave enough, but if you don't want to make a video, certainly just write your story down. I'll put it in the video like I did with my bit, because I'm not too great on my voice. So that's why I put my story down in words on my bit, with Katie B's song Undefeated. Because I think anyone who can survive bullying, domestic abuse, anything in life that's bringing them unhappiness is undefeated. And we're all here. We're all survivors. We're all survivors. Write your story down. I'll put it in the video. You won't be named. And we can go from there. And your story will help the whole world get through whatever's affecting them.
Most definitely. So thank you both so much, and thank you to all of our viewers as well. And we look forward to hearing from each and every one of you and receiving your videos as well. So once again, you can email them across to inthehotseattvshow@gmail.com, and I will pass them on to Jamie and Anthony, sharing all of the details at the end of this actual show today. So thank you all to each and every one of you. I also want to say a huge thank you as well to our sponsors, Dave Crooms from Crooms Welding, and also AD Durrant from Dip in the Pond, who are my sponsors for the show. And without you guys, then I wouldn't be doing the show today. I'm truly grateful. And also to Moinul Hussain Morkel, thank you so much as well for the amazing way you do the show. And I want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you, to all of our guests, and all of your support too. So thank you all so much. We will be back once again on Tuesday next week with the lovely celebrity mathematician Philip Chan, and he's also a genius as well. So he will be next in the hot seat at 12 p.m. on Tuesday next week. So I look forward to interviewing you, Philip Chan, and hearing your stories, and also about your amazing books too, Child Genius. So thank you once again. Wherever you are in the world, be kind to one another, and thank you once again. So bye for me, and till next week. So bye for now. Thank you so much.